Hello, folks. So, in today's video, I want to talk about carbon language. So, I'm just going to explore it. So, this is something that I've heard about recently. So, I think this came out just very recent. Like, let me check out carbon language. You know, one moment. So, first look in crash course and whatnot. Okay. Looks like there are people, a lot of people who have already done stuff around this. There is some like crash course and whatnot around 2 days ago. And let me go check what this is. Anyways, yeah, there's not one. Cool. I think this was introduced very recently. I've been noticing a lot of blog articles around this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try it out and see how it is. So apparently this is the announcement video. This came out when? So this came out just a few days ago online, but this probably happened a lot of days ago. Premiered. Okay, then it's just a few days ago. So I'm gonna check this out here. Um, and apparently this was in CPP C++ North Conference. So let's see, in Toronto. Yeah. Cool. Apparently, Carbon is not ready for use. The project status is it's currently an experimental project. There is no working compiler or toolchain. Okay. You can see the demo interpreter for Carbon on compilerexplorer.com. See, sorry, Carbon. Oh, okay. Carbon.compiler explorer. Okay. Thanks for your interest in node compiler just with your data direction. Okay. Cool. Okay. So Carbon source. Cool. So what does this do? Looks like it's weird that they say there's no working compiler. Interesting. Or toolchain. Demo interpreter is there. We want to better understand whether we can build a language that meets our successor language criteria and whether the resulting language can gather a critical mass of interest within the larger C++ industry and community. Cool. We have fleshed out several core aspects of both Carbon, the project, and the language. Language is open source project structure, governance model, emulation process, critical and foundational aspects of the language design. The most difficult challenges we anticipate. Okay, generics, class types, inheritance, operator overloading, lexical, syntactic structure. Okay. Code organization, modular structure. If you're interested in contributing, we love help completing the 0.1 language designs and then completing the Carbon Explorer implementation of this design. Okay. Should be substantially complete. Okay. Hmm. So you can see the full roadmap for details. Okay. So Carbon and C++. If you're already a C++ developer, Carbon should have a gentle learning curve. Okay. It is built out of a consistent set of language constructs that should feel familiar and be easy to read and understand. Okay. C++ code like this, hash include math.h, iostream, span vector, struct circle, float. Okay. So now let's put as this. Okay. You can call Carbon from C++ without overhead and the other way around. Okay. Code used in both Carbon and C++. Okay. C++ calling Carbon, C++ code used in both Carbon and C++. Okay, so you can use struct loader, exposing a function for C++, and then include geometry.carbon.h. Okay. You are importing circle.h. Okay. So apparently the interop with C++ has been mentioned here. So generics, memory safety. Cool, maybe let's get started because I still am trying to wrap my head around this. So I guess this is probably just part one of like trying out Carbon language. Let me go here and like install Basilisk. And then install CLang or LLVM. And then many releases aren't built with options you rely on. Okay. Okay, so I think we have everything like already, installed. At least Basilisk is installed. Let me try out installing LLVM. And then export this path. So let this go on and let me just create a directory called Carbon language, Carbon language, Carbon language. And I'll just probably do this. Wait, maybe not now, but I can git clone this. Okay, and then go on. And then you can run Bazel run. These instructions as your homebrew is installed, your contribution tools for automation for more extensive things. So let me, yep, contribution tools. Interesting. We'll come back to this, but for now, I mean, about contributions and whatnot. And I'm just gonna go ahead and like, keep this simple. So we can actually do moment. So we can do this. And then finally cd into this. Oops. Language. And then finally run the Explorer. Let's see how this runs. So it's getting the Bazel build for Darwin, that is macOS that I'm running. Local Bazel server and connecting to it, loading 0 packages loaded. Okay. While that runs, let's go check out what they have to say. There's a release post. Okay. So you can actually subscribe to this. Many developers won't want to watch every update right now. To make it easier to get updates on Carbon status, we'll announce major updates only to this thread. You can use the subscribe button on the right to get notifications when we post major updates. Nice. And then you have the Git forum. A lot of people talking about stuff. And then there's the code of conduct and whatnot. And then there's the Discord. Let's see, this is going to take some time. Carbon language. Okay. I'm gonna have to stop sharing my screen for a moment. You have to actually I think I'll have to actually, log into Discord. Currently, this is like a guest account, but it's interesting to notice so many channels and like stuff, editor integrations and whatnot. So apparently someone is working on the VS Code support. Um, Interesting. I was just wondering about like, can I try out just creating some, say, um, like a language support extension or plugin for things like VS Code, Sublime, and all that. Let's see if I can actually search over here. Sublime. There is VS Code. VS Code. Yep. I'm guessing they might even have some language protocol, LSP. Okay. Looks like IntelliJ doesn't support LSP. Anyways. So does our thing run? Okay, nano zone. Okay. One moment. Download. Get return 404 not found. Found one target. Okay. Hello world. Result 0. On total action. Okay. Visual Explorer. Visual Vim. Explorer. Explorer. Let's just type help and see what it says. Colors and output, default auto detect. Help version, all that. Okay, display the version of this program. LLVM Explorer, okay. Nano zone abandoned due to inability to pre-allocate reserve VM space, okay. Looks like this is the compiler explorer. And let's see if we can actually enable debug output. How do I get started though? So for more extensive to learn more about the Carbon project, Carbon Explorer, okay. Explorer is an implementation of Carbon, okay, whose primary purpose is to act as a clear specification of the language. And code can also be used as a platform for prototyping and validating changes to the language. It prioritizes straightforward, readable code over performance, diagnostics quality, and other conventional implementation priorities. In other words, its intended audience is people working on the design of Carbon, and it's not intended for real-world Carbon programming language on any scale. Okay, programming on any scale. See the toolchain directory for a separate implementation that's focused on the needs of Carbon users. Okay. This is more like an experimental thing for people working on the design, the language design of Carbon programming language. Represents Carbon code using an abstract syntax tree is defined in the ASCII directory. The syntax directory contains Elixir parser, which define the abstract syntax tree, which define how the abstract syntax tree is generated from Carbon code. Okay. So how do I try this out? Include some example programs with expected output. These tests make use of LLVM's lit and file check. Okay. The run line indicates two commands for lit to execute using the file. One without trace and debug output. One with stays. Interesting. Okay, that quickly got a bit complex. Hmm. Probably I should come back and check this out. But this is interesting. Looks like they're still a work in progress, but they have lots of things going on. I like it. Something to try out more because I still don't get a proper idea because this is all still very, very new and there's like not much docs except for these like docs where I can like write some code and like already compile. But I think they already are able to do that um, compiler explorer. If I remove this, I think there'll be an error. Yeah, there's an error, and then you close this off, and there should be no errors. So this is a source program. Nice. Interesting project. I'm gonna try out more probably in the next video. But that's all I had in this one. Thank you. Bye bye.